Emerging from the mist of the Late Bronze Age, the Hittite civilization stands as one of history's most influential, yet often overlooked, ancient societies. In the heart of Anatolia, what is now modern-day Turkey, the Hittites rose to power, forged an empire, and left an indelible mark on the ancient world. Their story is one of ingenuity, resilience, and complexity. To understand the Hittite civilization is to delve into a world where empires collided, languages intertwined, and diplomatic ingenuity shaped the fate of nations. The roots of the Hittite civilization reach back to the early 2nd millennium BCE. Unlike the riverine cradles of Mesopotamia or Egypt, the Hittites built their culture among rocky hills, plateaus, and dense forests. This rugged landscape lent both challenge and opportunity. The earliest Hittite groups began as clusters of Indo-European-speaking peoples, gradually moving into Anatolia and merging with the native Hattian population. Over time, their social organization and technological capabilities set them apart from their neighbors. At the heart of Hittite society stood Hattusa, the imposing capital city. Perched atop a rocky bluff, protected by daunting stone walls and gates adorned with lions, sphinxes, and warriors, Hattusa was the epicenter of Hittite power. Its sweeping vistas overlooked the sprawling expanse of central Anatolia, a land that pulsed with the rhythms of war, trade, religion, and royal intrigue. The political structure of the Hittite Empire was sophisticated. At the pinnacle was the king, known as the Tabarna, or Great King, considered the earthly representative of the gods and the ultimate authority in military and administrative matters. The king's power, however, was not absolute, a unique aspect setting the Hittites apart from their contemporaries. A council of nobles and officials, called the Panku, played a significant advisory role, ensuring that even the mightiest ruler was not above the law. This proto-constitutional element fostered a balance between central authority and regional autonomy, contributing to the stability and longevity of the Hittite state. One of the most remarkable features of the Hittite civilization lay in its legal and administrative achievements. The Hittite laws were detailed, pragmatic, and notably humane for their time. They prescribed fines for many crimes, where other societies might inflict cruel physical punishments. The legal code offered protections for women, children, and even slaves, reflecting a society with complex notions of justice and responsibility. Moreover, treaties and contracts found in Hittite archives show an intricate understanding of diplomacy, rights, and obligations, underscoring a culture deeply invested in the art of governance. Religious and cultural life among the Hittites was richly woven from multiple threads. They inherited and absorbed deities and rituals from the native Hattians, Mesopotamians, and Hurrians. Their vast pantheon, often called the Thousand Gods of Hatti, ranged from mighty storm gods to local river and mountain spirits. Religion was not a private affair, but an integral part of statecraft. Kings were not only political leaders, but also chief priests, responsible for the favor of the gods and the prosperity of the land. Rituals, processions, and elaborate festivals punctuated the Hittite year, blending elements from conquered peoples and trading partners alike. Cuneiform tablets, often written on durable clay, bear witness to prayers, hymns, and detailed instructions for ceremonies intended to appease the gods and ensure cosmic harmony. These religious texts provide a vivid snapshot of Hittite spirituality and the practical importance of religion in daily life. Of all their legacies, it is perhaps on the battlefield that the Hittites made the clearest mark. The Hittites were formidable warriors, pioneering the use of the chariot as an instrument of war. Their two-wheeled chariots, lighter and more maneuverable than earlier designs, revolutionized ancient warfare. With disciplined infantry and elite charioteers, the Hittite army became a potent force, respected and often feared by friend and foe alike. This military prowess catapulted the Hittites onto the international stage. During the reign of King Suppiluliuma I and his successors, the empire expanded dramatically, absorbing rival kingdoms and wresting control of strategic cities from the Hurrians, Mitanni, and Egyptians. The struggle for dominance culminated at the legendary Battle of Kadesh, fought around 1274 BCE against Pharaoh Ramesses II. Though the outcome was inconclusive, it became immortalized as one of the largest chariot battles ever fought. In its aftermath, the Hittites and Egyptians negotiated what is arguably the world's earliest surviving peace treaty, an extraordinary document etched on stone and clay, affirming mutual respect and diplomatic partnership. Trade and diplomacy were the lifeblood of the Hittite economy and provided a network connecting distant lands. The Hittites became master negotiators, their envoys traveling to the courts of Babylon, Egypt, and beyond. Anatolia's mineral wealth, especially its abundant silver and iron ore, drew merchants from far and wide. The Hittites are sometimes credited with early advances in ironworking, a skill that would later usher in a new technological era across the Near East. Textiles, grain, pottery, and livestock also flowed through Hittite markets, weaving the civilization into a tapestry of regional commerce. Language and writing further underscore the sophistication of Hittite civilization. The Hittite language, written in cuneiform script, is the earliest known Indo-European tongue, a linguistic ancestor to languages as diverse as English, Hindi, and Russian. Archives from Hattusa have yielded thousands of tablets, royal edicts, diplomatic letters, religious texts, and even myths and legends. These texts, preserved by fire and time, provide a rich account of Hittite life, aspirations, anxieties, and wisdom. The Hittites' approach to knowledge was pragmatic and inclusive. They absorbed and adapted the traditions of conquered peoples, translating foreign texts into their own language and creating archives of knowledge that preserve stories from Mesopotamia, Syria, and beyond. This willingness to engage with the broader world gave the Hittite civilization a cosmopolitan character, blending cultures and ideas into a distinctive Anatolian synthesis. Yet, the Hittites were not immune to the forces that undid so many ancient empires. By the early 12th century BCE, internal strife, external invasions, and possibly climate-related famines weakened the state. The once great capital of Hattusa was abandoned and burned. The causes of this collapse remain debated, wrapped in the enigma of the wider Bronze Age collapse that swept away contemporaries like Mycenae and Ugarit. For centuries, the Hittites faded into obscurity, their monuments buried beneath earth and legend. Only in the early 20th century did archaeologists uncover the ruins of Hattusa and the treasure troves of cuneiform tablets that revealed the full magnitude of Hittite civilization. With each discovery, the world began to appreciate the Hittites not merely as warlike adversaries or footnotes in Egyptian records, but as innovators, statesmen, and cultural pioneers. Modern understanding of the Hittites continues to grow. Their language remains central to the study of Indo-European linguistics. Their treaties and laws inform histories of ancient diplomacy and justice. Their mythology, art, and architecture offer insights into the spiritual and material life of Bronze Age Anatolia. Even now, new excavations reveal temples, palaces, and artifacts that challenge old assumptions and hint at unseen splendors. Looking at the Hittite legacy, several themes emerge. Foremost is adaptability. The Hittites were pragmatic, negotiating alliances, incorporating new technologies, and assimilating diverse peoples into their empire. Their ability to balance tradition with innovation enabled them to thrive amidst the volatile geopolitics of the ancient Near East. A second key trait is their cosmopolitan outlook. Unlike insular powers, the Hittites looked outward, forging connections through trade, diplomacy, and cultural exchange. Their archives were not mere repositories of their own traditions, but libraries filled with world knowledge, accessible to future generations. Lastly, the Hittite civilization reveals the enduring power of law and diplomacy. In a world where force so often settled disputes, the Hittites recognized the role of written agreements, negotiation, and compromise. Their peace treaty with Egypt remains a model for conflict resolution, echoing through the millennia as a testament to the value of dialogue. The story of the Hittites is not just about kings and battles, but about the resilience and creativity of a people who made the harsh Anatolian plateau their home. From their blending of cultural influences to their sophisticated statecraft and technological prowess, the Hittites testify to humanity's capacity for reinvention. As we reflect on the legacy of the Hittite civilization, we are reminded that history's greatest achievements often come from the interplay of diverse cultures and ideas. Though their time on the stage of history was finite, the Hittites shaped the destiny of an entire region and left lessons that still resonate today. In the stones of Hattusa, in the words etched into ancient tablets, and in the treaties and tales that survive, the spirit of the Hittites endures, a silent witness to the power of innovation, inclusivity, and the pursuit of peace.